Okay, you know what? Out of all my bad ideas, using bleach on my Selvedge Denim jeans was seriously... one of the best. I mean, they have just come out so well. It's like the fades were just hiding probably underneath the dirt and grime. Right, so they've had one wash at 60, then they've had a bathtub bleach, and then they've had another cold wash. So the first thing I want to do before I show you guys the fades is to see how much that they've shrunk down with the 60-degree wash. Okay, so pre-wash the waist was 18 inches and now it is 16.5. Okay, so yeah, that's lost an inch and a half. I mean, that's completely okay. I wanted them smaller anyway, but that's quite a lot. Front rise pre-wash was 10.25 and now it is 10, so it's lost a quarter of an inch. The rise at the back, which to be honest, I'm kind of worried about because I got them so big in the waist because I needed that extra little bit of rise in the back. So I didn't want to lose too much there, so yeah, well, let's just see. Before it was 15, now it's 14. 14 and a half. An inch to an inch and a half? Yeah, it's 14. Okay, that's quite significant. Let's see how they're going to be fitting. The thigh was 12 before. I measured the thigh by measuring 3 inches down from the crotch seam here, and then across. Okay, that's not lost anything at all. That's it was 12 inches, now it's 12 inches. The leg was 33.5 before. Really? Okay, that's very interesting. Leg was 33.5 before, it's now 33. It's only lost half an inch, which seems bizarre. I need to check the other side. Yeah, it's only lost between an inch and a half. For some reason, it seems that the left leg is slightly longer than the right leg. But yeah, I was really expecting it to shrink up much more than that. Let's be conservative and say it's at 32.5. And then down at the hem. God, the hem's got some beautiful roping on it. And then that's also not some things expecting. The hem has lost half an inch, which I wasn't expecting the hem to lose anything. Let's just check the other side. Yeah, both hems have lost half an inch. Right, but now let's talk about the fades. The shrinkage is pretty much what I expected. Like some bits shrank more, some bits shrank less, but pretty much what I expected. But the fades are spectacular. Okay, where did we start off before? It was the fly, right? Okay, so it just really looks like these fades were waiting to happen. They just needed a little bit of a boost. So all of the little potential fading that was coming out all over the jeans has just really just popped now. It's very evident at the fly, like on the outer seam here, the fades are really coming out. Then like on the front belt loops as well, like they're almost 3D now. The pocket openings, they're showing quite a lot of nice fading as well. Then the inside of the pockets are looking much, much cleaner. I mean, there's still like a little bit of indigo bleed that's going on there, but probably a lot of that came off with the washing or like came out with the washing. And yeah, on the insides, yeah, they're just looking much more hygienic now. Yeah, the jeans just smell fresh. Over here on the coin pockets, yeah, you're just getting the Zippo fade, which is coming out not only on the coin pocket, but also on the outer pocket, outside of the pocket, the top of the pant leg. That's coming out a little bit as well. I really like to see that. And then, yeah, the copper rivets haven't changed much, but that little bit of like, little bit of the yarn that pops through, that gets poked through when you put in the rivets, that's got nice shiny and white now, and you can't see so much of the indigo as you could before. I don't know if the buttons really rusted up much more from the wash. I guess it must have done a little bit. And remember I was saying before there was absolutely no whiskering going on? they were just hiding, I guess. Like the whiskering that was there has really just has popped out now. It's, again, not very much. I mean, this denim was pre-washed, so it's a little bit softer as well, and they're quite a loose fit, so you're not really going to get that heavily defined whiskering as you would on maybe a tighter pair of jeans, or maybe like if something's like worn from rigid. Down here at the crotch, there was not really any damage to the crotch, but I'm starting to see now that a little bit of loose threads. But yeah, there's no signs of it wearing through at all. Again, that's to fit. If you're wanting to avoid crotch blowouts, your best bet is to go for a slightly wider fit, because it puts less strain on the strain points, and one of the biggest strain points, probably the biggest strain point, is down at the crotch. It's not only being like pulled in every single direction, but it's also getting the most amount of wear that you'll find anywhere in the jeans. On the right thigh, for some reason, I'm seeing more wear, more fades than on the left one. And then sort of round about the knee, we're getting some puckering going on as well. That's lovely. All of those uneven yarns, they're popping out even more. And so I'm seeing more of them now. I just saw a couple before, now I'm seeing a few more. Over to the back of the jeans. Yeah, this back belt loop that I think was the bit that was showing the most fading from like the pre-wash, it's really come out looking pretty sharp, pretty contrasty, more contrasty than I thought. Then down by the hidden rivets here as well, we're seeing more contrast coming out. And we're even seeing a little bit of wallet fade coming through in the back right pocket, and the key fade on the left pocket, yeah, it's just popping a bit more. And then all of the uneven texture that the stitching creates around about the pocket, that's puckering. I don't want to call it roping because I got told off for that. But all of that puckering, it's really just accentuated a lot here. And you can see that very, very much up here where the yoke joins onto the main pant leg. The texture is amazing. It's like 3D. The leather patch has actually shrunk down quite a lot. You can still make out the design on it, but it's fading off quite a lot. Looks super nice though. And all of the, like there was a stamp on before with the waist size, and that's completely gone now. That still feels a little bit wet actually, so I guess that's going to take a bit longer to dry. Also, down by the sort of the ass of the crotch, which sounds horrible, but anyway, yeah, I was surprised to see that I wasn't seeing any kind of fading going on there, but there was. It was hidden, and so we're seeing a bit of contrast between that and the outer leg, which it makes absolute sense, right? And over here on the inside of the left leg, I don't know what's created that, but there's almost like a marbling, which is just, it's beautiful. I think that just talks to the texture of this denim. And then down here on the inside of the right knee, that was the part that was showing the only signs of any kind of honeycombs going on. The honeycombs have really popped out. And then on the inside of that back knee, you're seeing a lot more fading coming out that's sort of running down from the thigh area. Then the right hand side, yeah, we're also seeing not such defined honeycombs, but we're certainly seeing something, like a lot more than before. On the left leg, we're seeing quite a lot of leg twist actually. I was expecting that to be more on the right hand side, but it's the left leg that's twisted round. I mean, the outer seam, the selvage edge here, is twisted round not all the way to the front, but at least a third of the way to the front. Okay, that's interesting. How much is it done on the right hand side? It's twisted towards the back a little bit, but only, I don't know, a centimeter or so. And the inner seam a little bit more. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the right leg to twist around a lot more. Maybe I just didn't have an understanding of leg twist. Then, down at the hem, the selvage edge is looking much nicer, much cleaner now. And that roping that was pretty evident before, that's just really, really popped out. I mean, the hem lost ½ an inch. So that ½ an inch has just come in and twisted up with this chain stitch here. And that's just given so much more texture than it had before. I should really start wearing these without a cuff so I can really get some beautiful rope fades going on. Let's have a quick look and see what the inside looks like. See how ungrotty they've got. They're the pocket bags. They've got kind of like that light blue kind of tone, which makes sense because it's lost like indigo from the jeans and that's transferred onto the pocket bags. But it doesn't really have that yellow hue that it had before, which is good because it was nasty, it was horrible. Then down in the outer seam, is there any sign of train tracks coming through? Tiny bit, yeah, maybe a little bit up on the left-hand thigh here, over on the right. Okay, a bit more on the right, but not too much. But that's one of the fades that takes the longest time. Right, so bleaching your Selvedge denim jeans. I can only recommend it. The results are exactly what I was looking for. They're exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, so the specifics. They were washed at 60 degrees, which I wouldn't recommend for everybody. Only do that if you've got quite a lot of room to lose in the waist and in the length. And I do mean this for unsanfrized and sanfrized denim as well. Yeah, they were washed at 60, then they were directly put into the bath with, I ran maybe like, I don't know, 10, 15 centimeters of pretty hot water. Sort of, you could put your hand in the water, but it was definitely, you wouldn't want to have a bath in it. And it was some pretty hot water in the bath. Then I added 50 milliliters of bleach, which is much, much less than I thought I'd be using. But I did listen to my friends and yeah, they recommend it's like, do half of the little bit that you really want to use. And that was very good advice. I wouldn't want these to get any lighter. I think I just wanted it to get the fading to pop, to maybe like make the white core of the yarn just like pop out a little bit more. That's exactly what it's done. I think I'll be doing this again. I really think I'll be doing this again. I mean, maybe not every single time I wash them. Now that these jeans have been washed, they're gonna get washed pretty regularly. I don't quite know why this is, but the first time you wash a pair of Selvedge denim jeans, it means you've got to wash them more often. They pick up smells easier. They don't really air out quite as well as they do when they're raw. I suppose like the chemicals, the starch, whatever's on the denim protects it a little bit. But yeah, so from now on, these are going to be going in the wash maybe once a month or something. Every so often, I'll throw a little bit of bleach in there. I'm curious to try out just putting the bleach in the washing machine. A little bit nervous about that because, yeah, I don't want to bleach out the rest of my clothes. But yeah, I'll give you some feedback if and when I do that. Let's see about this. Huge thank you first off to Behzad for giving me this crazy idea and giving me a little bit of advice on how to best go about it. Behzad's from Naked and Famous Denim. I'm sure you guys know him. I'm certain you guys know him. Anyway, there's links down below to the Instagram profiles. Go and check them out. Then there's also a massive thanks to Kat as well. Kat's from Nuadh Denim. She was the one that gave me the advice to do it in the bathtub, which I think was a good piece of advice just to sort of ease me in a little bit because, yeah, it could have turned out terribly and I really regretted it. So Kat, thank you very much for that. Again, link down below to her Instagram profile. It's really worth checking out. She's a freelance denim designer. She's just starting off a pretty interesting brand, a very interesting brand actually. So really, that's one to keep an eye on. And guys, when you're on your way down to the description to check out these Instagram profiles, you're going to be passing that like button. You're going to be passing the subscribe button anyway. If you could just like drop us a like, it really helps out the channel hugely. And if you're into denim, if you're into Selvedge denim, if you're into quality menswear, then yeah, I hope I'd make it worthwhile for you to drop a subscribe as well. And to all the guys that are still watching, because I guess this is a long one, so I really appreciate you tuning in all the way to the end, like really I do. And I hope just everybody, like everybody out there, even if you didn't make it to the end of this video, I hope the guys that didn't make it to the end of this video, I hope you're sitting next to somebody who did, and they can tell you, like, I hope everyone is happy and healthy out there. Hope you're taking care of yourselves, hope you're taking care of each other, and I'm going to see you in the next video.